On the world news tonight, first the headlines. Quick recovery of Nigeria's economy, my priority, Tinubu. Deputy Speaker Kalu promises framework to attract foreign investment to the country. First Lady receives one of rescued Chibok girls. Abbas mourns worshippers killed in Zaria mosque palace. And in sport, Kwara United to play 2 friendlies in Benin Republic. I am Morire Rabila Lawal. The news shortly. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has assured Nigerians that no stone will be left unturned in his administration's effort to stimulate the economy and make it work for the greatest good of all. Tinubu said that every effort across sectors will be documented and periodically reviewed for performance verification and public presentation to steadily ensure measured growth and enhanced public enlightenment on politics and policy outcomes. Announcing and according to a statement issued on Friday by the Special Advisor to the President on Media and Publicity, Ajuri Ingelale, Tinubu gave the assurance during a meeting with the Board of Trustees of All Progressive Congress, APC, Professionals Forum led by former Bauchi State Governor Malam Isa Yuguda at the State House Abuja on Friday. This economy must recover for the good and greatest numbers of Nigerians, and we are seriously committed to seeing through a change for the better. So far, we have taken some baby steps and put some aggressive positions, the President told the APC professionals who had earlier pledged their support for the reforms. In his speech, Yuguda disclosed that more than 2 million people had been registered as professionals in different fields since 2018. He stood ready to provide structures for mobilization and sensitization on government policies.
When the delegation left the president, the head of the delegation tells the press that they had urged President Tinubu to tackle insecurity and corruption as a means of attracting foreign investment into the country.
We know we emphasize on renewable energy, but without power we cannot grow. But the most important, of course, is the insecurity. Like I said, capital is a coward. It doesn't move to an environment where there is insecurity. We should take note of that, and it's true. And like I emphasize, we cannot grow the economy of Nigeria all alone, solo operation. No, capital must come out from outside.
They also spoke about the banking and financial service in the country.
The financial service industry, if they were doing well, they wouldn't pile up trillions of naira in toxic assets. This is taxpayers' money being taken off, and the bank directors are moving freely on the streets while we are suffering. So I think Mr. President has taken note of that, and at least there is going to be a cleanup in the financial service industry. Because if they are not up and doing when it comes to best practices in banking, I think we'll continue suffering, and they will continue grounding our economy.
The APC professionals pledged their support for the reforms being carried out by the president and said they're ready to provide structures for mobilization and sensitivity.
Benjamin Kalu, Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives, has revealed that the legislature will give priority to laws that would increase direct foreign investment and elevate Nigeria to the top in Africa for doing business. The Deputy Speaker offered the promise on Friday when Gabor Kraus, the Deputy Ambassador for Hungarian Embassy, paid him a courtesy visit. This was also contained in a statement issued by Kalu's press secretary, Levy Unwabugyojo. Kalu added that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has a strong economic plan that will improve the business environment in Nigeria. You know, if you come to African continent, the biggest market is Nigeria. So anyone who is going to be strategically positioned to benefit from the African continent trade agreement cannot avoid Nigeria, he said. So what you're doing now is for the good of the country by sniffing out opportunities closer to your people to embrace. All policies that will have the increase of confidence of investors, we will make sure we champion these through legislative interventions. Being a man who has been in the private sector for many years, public sector as a governor, as a member of the parliament who has done critical analysis. I can assure you he has a sharp focus on what he wants to do in Nigeria, economically speaking. We will make sure we fine-tune all the areas of bottlenecks to enable new companies to spring up within the country. All presidential villa and at the presidential villa in Abuja on Friday, Senator Høødlùms, CON, the First Lady of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, warmly welcome Rebecca Kabo, one of the 277 Chibok schoolgirls who were strategically abducted by Boko Haram in 2014. During this poignant meeting, the First Lady was joined by Ajia Nana Shetima, the wife of the Vice President. Senator Tinubu conveyed our commitment to providing comprehensive medical care for Rebecca and ensuring her physical well-being, with the ultimate goal of facilitating our address and readiness to resume our education willingly.
Tinubu also assured that the remaining girls in captivity are not forgotten. She appreciated the Office of the National Security Advisor, National Intelligence Agency, and the other security agencies, and those who were involved in Rebecca's rescue. The First Lady said her NGO, Renewed Hope Initiative, is strongly working on how matured girls who are forced out of school can return to school and get quality education. She promised that Rebecca will be one of the first recipients of that initiative.
We just pray and continue to pray that all our children that are left, they can come back home, and we are also expecting them. We are waiting in earnest that they will return, and we pray that all of them that they might be watching, that we have not given up.
The rescued Chibok girl, Rebecca, told the First Lady she could barely understand English language, but the First Lady assured her she would overcome it.
Being reunited with her parents, she too will begin to remember, because it's very, very important for her to remember who she is, not, and it will start from her yesterday to now, and that's the way she can heal. But I believe that there might be a case of amnesia if she says she can't remember English anymore.
The coordinator, Counter-Terrorism Center in the office of the NSA, Rear Admiral Yamino Musa, said Rebecca was kidnapped at age 13 in 2014, and she's now 22 years old. She was rescued by the government security agencies on 17th of July.
Your Excellency, Rebecca has been found to be in good health and is psychologically stable. The next step is to hand over her to the Borno State Governor for onward reunification with her family.
He said the returnee has been certified medically and mentally fit to be reunited with her parents in Zana village.
The Speaker of the House of Representatives, Abbas Tajuddin, has condoled the Emir of Zazzau, Ahmed Nuhu Bameli, his constituents and families of victims who died during the collapse of part of the Zaria Central Mosque on Friday. In a statement by Special Advisor on Media and Publicity, Musa Abdullahi Krishi, on Saturday, he described the incidents as disheartening and devastating. Abbas, who represents Zaria, Federal Constituency of Kaduna State, said he received the news of the unfortunate incident with shock, noting that he was pained by the death and injury of his constituents in this mishap. It is disheartening and devastating that people who went to worship Allah lost their lives in that manner. I pray that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will grant them eternal rest and reward them with Jannat al-Firdaus. My thoughts and prayers are with their families and those that sustained injuries during the incident. I pray that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives the families of those that lost their lives the fortitude to bear the losses and for the quick recovery of those that sustained injuries during the incidents. Governor Caleb Muftwang of Plateau State has condemned in strong terms the bloody attack that claims lives in Epwang community in Barkinladi, local government area, in the early hours of Thursday. A statement issued by the Director of Press Public Affairs, Giang Bayre, said the governor also condemned the killings at the recent attacks in some villages in Mangu local government area where more lives were lost. Governor Muftwang enjoined security agencies to redouble their efforts and put an end to the senseless killings of innocent people in the rural communities of Mangu and Berkeladi, local government areas of the state. He lamented the deteriorating security situation in some part of the state and called for greater collaboration between community leaders and security agencies to bring an end to the senseless attack. Governor Mufti stressed the importance of peace and unity among citizens, regardless of faith or ethnicity, for peace, development, and growth of the state. He assured of the government's commitment to addressing the issue while expressing sympathy for the affected communities and families of the deceased. He prayed for comfort for the grieving people of Mtuang and Mangu and urged them to make use of the security and information center activated by the state government to communicate security information for prompt intervention in order to prevent the occurrence of future attacks. Moving on to the next story. Acting Chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, Abductions Chokul, made this conclusion at one-day workshop for journalists held in Ibadan, the Oyo State capital, for financial crimes to be nipped in the bud, and the support of media cannot be overemphasized. Corruption, no doubt, is endemic in Nigeria, with the potential to drive the country deeper into economic the abyss if not unchecked. As part of proactive moves to turn the tide, the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission recently organized a workshop in Ibadan. The workshop aimed at sensitizing journalists on their pivotal role in the fight against the monster. The latest corruption perception index by Transparency International ranks Nigeria as the 150th most corrupt out of 180 countries surveyed. The workshop reasons persons underscored imperative for media professionals to deepen their commitment to investigate journalism and avoid resorting to the stereotypical results practices. Participants were also briefed on the new money laundering law. They learned how to identify the diverse forms of corruption prevalent in Nigerian society and how to safeguard themselves against falling victim to such a nefarious act. The organizers of the workshop held and told the view that engaging and empowering journalists in the anti-corruption fight represent a crucial stride towards achieving enduring change and cultivating a culture of integrity within the nation.
I therefore appeal to the media to lend a hand in helping to sensitize the youth and against internet-related fraud activities. The youth must be reminded that they can productively use the resources available in cyberspace for legitimate pursuits without embracing criminality.
The latest Corruption Perception Index by Transparency International ranks Nigeria as the 150th most corrupt country out of 180 countries surveyed. The workshop resource persons underscored the imperative for media professionals to deepen their commitment to investigative journalism and avoid resorting to stereotypical reporting practices.
Journalists must come out of redundant reporting. Number one. Number two, they must begin to interrogate the essential layers of the society.
And I'm sure we are now going to be more committed in terms of using the tools of investigation in our media practice.
Participants were also briefed on the new money laundering law. They learned how to identify the diverse forms of corruption prevalent in Nigerian society and how to safeguard themselves against falling victim to such nefarious acts.
What we have seen with regards to romance scams is that there is now a new type of romance scam in town, and it's called sextortion, or basically sex extortion. This is a form of online blackmail where perpetrators coerce victims into providing explicit or compromising material, often of a sexual nature, and then threaten to distribute or expose that material unless the victims comply with their demands. Typically,
on Friday, the police command in Lagos State confirmed the tragic death of an inspector attached to the Iponri division from injuries sustained during an attack by a person suspected to be Okada riders. The police public relations officer in Lagos, SP Benjamin Udayin, confirmed the incident on Friday. Udayin said that the inspector, whose name was not mentioned, was one of the policemen attacked at Ijora Olokpa by assailant on Thursday. He said that the officer died at an undisclosed hospital on Friday, where he was rushed to on Thursday after the attack. The image maker said that policemen went to the area to implement the Okada restriction law of the Lagos state government when they were attacked. He said no arrests had been made yet as the first time on Friday evening. Odein said they were on the trail of those that carried out the attack, he confirmed. Høødlùms, believed to be creek dwellers, have reportedly abducted 10 persons, including 4 children in Iswa, JT2 community in Egbein, Ahoada, West Local Government area of River State. The victims, 6 women and 4 children, with them were taken when the former had gone to their farms to harvest crops to avoid destruction from the impending flood. A source in the local government simply identified as Ezua told newsmen that the Høødlùms came from a nearby community called Oshobele after crossing the river. He said that the development has left villages and residents terrified, describing the kidnap as one out of the many security issues confronting the community. Ezua said these women went to their farms to harvest crops because of the flood coming, and these boys abductors have to cross from the neighboring Oshobele areas to the farm and kidnap them and their children. This is just one out of many that have been going on in the local government area recently. The people have raised concerns to the local government authority and the police division in Akinima, but nothing has been done so far. He disclosed that the latest incident was culpable of igniting a communal crisis because it is now seen as an Ekpe and Egeni team. Ezua also said the Høødlùms had Etito demanded 450,000 naira from the community, which they term as a security vault, and was paid by the community last Sunday. He decried the absence of police in the community, which he said was why the miscreants operate with audacity. While noting that many persons have fled their community, Ezua said the few ones at home, they are asked to pay a kind of living allowance, 450,000 naira, or else they are going to kill everybody in the community. While calling on the River State government to ensure that the release of women and children, he said, properly handled, it could spark a communal crisis between Iswa and their neighboring Oshobele community. The people have written several letters to the local government council, yet nothing has been done. So our call is for the River State government to come and help us. That is the only hope we have. When contacted, the spokesperson of the River State Police Command, Grace Iringe Koko, confirmed the incident. Moving on to the next story. West African nations on Friday suspended a key military meeting on the crisis in Niger, a day after saying they would muster a standby force in their bid to reinstate the country's deposed leader. Fears also mounted for elected President Mohamed Bazoum, who was ousted by members of his guard on July 26th, with reports saying his detention conditions were deteriorating. Chief of Staff from West Africa, ECOWAS bloc countries, were set to attend a meeting on Saturday in Ghana capital Accra, regional military sources had said on Friday. But they later said it had been suspended it has been suspended indefinitely for technical reasons. The sources said the meeting was originally set up to inform the organization's leader about the best options for activating and deploying the standby force. ECOWAS has yet to provide details on the force or a timetable for action, and the leaders have emphasized they still want a peaceful resolution. The last-minute cancellation came as thousands of coup supporters rallied near a French military base in Niger on Friday. Protesters near the base on the outskirts of the capital Niamey shouted "Down with France, down with ECOWAS." Niger's new leader have accused ex-colonial power France, a close Bazoum ally, of being behind the headline ECOWAS stands against the coup. Finally, on sports. In continuation of the preparations for the 2023-2024 Nigeria Premier Football League, Kwara United Club has been scheduled to engage 2 Benin Republic Premier League club sides in matches in Nikki and Benin Republic. Kwara United, under the tutelage of coach Kabir Suleiman Dogo, lost out of the semi-finals of the just concluded second Valor Jet preseason tournament in Ikene, Ogun State, and are expected to jet out to the neighboring country, Benin Republic, from August 17, 2023. The 2 friendlies matches arranged by the Agri-Forward Sports Limited will see Kwara United playing both Cavaliers FC and Bofus FC at the famous Nikki International Stadium, Nikki, Benin Republic. In a letter dated August 9th and signed by Mrs. Joke Aderemi, the Secretary of Ad-Foley Sport Limited, the outfit confirmed that all arrangements and logistics have been put in place to ensure each free, friendly engagement. Kwara United will square up against Cavalier FC on August 19, 2023, and also engage Buffaloes on the second day, August 20th, at the same venue. Both Cavaliers FC and Buffaloes are Benin Republic Premier League teams, also called Championnat National de Benin French, and which is the highest football division in Benin. The league was held in 1969 for the first time. Cavaliers FC is a Nikki-based club in Benin Republic, while Buffaloes FC is based in Paraco. Also known as Les Buffaloes Football Club do Bogo or Les Buffaloes do Bogo, the club was founded in 1976 and their ground is State Municipal de Paraco, Benin Republic, with 8,000 capacity. Well, the sports story will come to the end of today's world news from BGI TV Current. Before we go, some headlines. Quick recovery of Nigeria's economy, my priority. Tinubu. Deputy Speaker Kalu promises framework to attract foreign investments. First Lady received one of rescued Chibok girls. Abbas Mons worshippers killed in Zaria mosque collapse. And on sport, Kwara United to play 2 friendlies in Benin Republic. For more updates of our broadcast on YouTube, our handle is BGI TV Current. Kindly subscribe and click on the notification bell. Select option all to access all of our broadcasts. On Facebook, Bagede Imo with Alawi Adebayo. Please like and follow the page. Thank you for watching. I am Mohori Rabila Lawal. Good evening.